Yeah.
I'm here with John Picacio, the man of the hour, here at Worldcon 76 here in San Jose. And one common thread that I've been listening to you throughout the week, John, is that you want to do good within this community and teach other creators how to achieve their goals and dreams. And you're kind of like a superhero in your own right now. I mean, you've been designing worlds and characters and all that. How does it feel for you to be kind of one of the emissaries of this community now? And do you have a message for creators who are trying to pursue their dreams as an artist or an author in this type of community?
Yeah, I mean, when I first come into the business, it's like around 1996, and I was a guy who I grew up on comics. Comics are my first language, and I self-published this comic book when I came out of college called Words and Pictures. There was a friend of mine that I was working on with it, but we each kind of got to tell our own stories, writing and drawing them. And then those comic books got seen by book publishers, and this one book publisher offered me a job on a Michael Moorcock book to do the cover. And long story short is I eventually decided to do it. But I ended up designing the entire book, not just the cover, but all of it. The book, the typesetting, the book layout, the jacket layout, everything down to the last period. And I learned so much, but I fell in love, with the whole process. And during that process, I asked Mike Moorcock, I said, hey man, what do you want me to do for these interior illustrations? And I had some ideas, and I showed them to him, but I said, what would you like? And he said, you're the artist, you figure it out. And it was like a really important moment, because it was like this massive fantasy author talking to a completely green rookie who, if I were in his shoes, I would have totally told me what to do, because I wouldn't have trusted me. But he basically was saying, look, I've seen what you can do. Be that guy and take me somewhere where I haven't been before.
Yeah.
And that's that guy saying that. So when he's saying, you're the artist, you figure it out, that's basically what he's saying is like, you're being given power, don't hand it back. So that's what I tell artists, is basically, younger artists or up-and-coming artists, is, when people give you a job, don't just be saying, what ideas do you want? Let me just draw them. Be the idea guy. Be the idea woman. Be the one who's coming up with the ideas, because now you're invaluable, because you have a unique perspective, and you're not just someone who's executing someone else's ideas. And that's key. I think it's the key to not burning out. I think it's the key to a long career. It's the key to having an identity. It's the key to being of value. I wouldn't say you're irreplaceable. Some people are. Maybe at this point I might be in that category, but even I
think you are, though, John. Like,
can be, but you just don't rest on your laurels. First of all, don't get too high on yourself, but believe in your ideas, and don't just be someone who's drawing someone else's stuff. That's why when people are just sort of drawing licensed characters as fan art, I want to see what ideas they have. I'm more interested in that than I am in, how well you can draw Batman. DC's thrilled if you can draw Batman the way they want you to draw it, but, it's better when you can project that you've got some sort of imagination that people haven't seen before. Take people
like El Valiente from Loteria.
Yeah. It's El Valiente in the traditional.
Yeah.
But then I took it into being La Valiente, a female icon, because we need more of that. So, it's sort of something that came from my wellspring of things that I wanted to see out in the world. And as I told someone earlier, it's a love letter to my 8-year-olds, because I wanted to see more strong Mexican female images out there. So I made that one, a male icon, into a female icon.
Especially with how things are going now too, we need more of that and for how we need more of that honesty to be like, hey, we need this, these positive influences.
Well, I think you're taking something that's personal and you're making it, you hope to make it universal. I think it's a little lofty, but you're trying to make it universally accessible, not acceptable, but accessible, to where, you're taking something that's very much of a brown culture, my culture, and you're trying to make it so that it can belong to everyone, through art, When we think about what Star Trek in '66 did, before I'm born, Roddenberry took this narrative but casted it with a very sort of diverse, multicultural, multicolor cast of characters, and it was groundbreaking at the time, because everything usually was very down the center and white, and this wasn't, and it showed sort of more of a world perspective, or a worldly perspective of what the future could be. And but he was using science fiction as a conduit to show the world that this is how it could be. And I think art can do that. So I'm trying to use my art to sort of say, this is kind of how I hope the world can be, and maybe project a message that is not just of one culture, so it kind of can belong to everybody.
Well, I think I can speak for most of us that I think through your vision you are achieving that, and that we're really appreciative. I know you have a lot to get to here, John, but thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time, next year.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, man.
Take care.